Shalom everyone, Shalom Israel partners, and welcome to Jerusalem. I'm standing here, boots on the ground, behind me the walls of the old city of Jerusalem and the Tower of David, to stand here and literally to proclaim that Israel is forever. As we are facing a crazy week right now, where hundreds of thousands of Hamas operatives and terrorists and together with civilians are moving back into the northern part of Gaza, to the places that Israel suffered so much and spilled so much blood of our soldiers, to clean the tunnels in this area and to push the operatives of Hamas away. Now, in the disguise of the ceasefire agreement, they are returning to the same places, which would be very hard for Israel should we need to go back into operation to push them out of this area. The same issues are happening in the northern fronts of Israel when Hezbollah, together with so-called civilians and operatives, are moving back into southern Lebanon, to the same areas that Israel wasn't able yet to clean everything there, where they still have tunnels and weapons and strategic points where they can come back and attack Israel if they decide to do that. This ceasefire agreement that has to be enforced by the Lebanese military, by the US, by the UN, by France and other nations is not really working very well. And the Lebanese army, so-called Lebanese army, is literally accompanying so-called civilians back into areas and villages that Israel doesn't want them to be there yet. So we are running into a situation that might bring new clashes in the northern parts. And in the same story, as hostages are still being released, and we know that there'll be more hostages released this week, actually this weekend, we are waiting for 6 more to be released. Hezbollah in the north, Hamas in the south, the same story. Hundreds of thousands of their people, civilians, together with operatives, are moving back into northern parts of Gaza, where Israel spilled so much blood and worked so hard to push them away from these areas. So we really need you to stand together with us here in the eternal city of Jerusalem, where God promised to set his kingdom again, to give victory to his Jewish and Christian people. And here we are believing that with your prayer and standing together with us, with Israel, we will defeat all the enemies. I love you a lot, Doobie from Jerusalem. Shabbat Shalom.